Hi everyone, it's Nathan Phillips, and I'm going to give you a little update on the situation in Weymouth with the Weymouth compressor station. A lot of things have been moving quite quickly, and so I went on a hunger strike starting on January 29th, and I finished it 2 weeks later. And the reason I did that was because I believe we have a public health emergency occurring at the site where they're preparing to build this compressor station. Dump trucks had been leaving with residue from the toxic coal ash dump, which is the foundation for this compressor station, spilling off the back of trucks, billowing off the back of trucks. And the Department of Environmental Protection was nowhere to be seen, not doing their job to regulate and protect the environment. Because of such egregious violations, there was no choice for me but to go on a hunger strike. So I finished that hunger strike about a week ago now, Wednesday. So 6 days ago is when I finished that hunger strike. So a few things have happened there, and I'll just give you a rundown of what has transpired. So on February 7th, that would have been 9 days after I commenced my hunger strike, the Four River residents against the compressor station and myself had a meeting at the Department of Environmental Protection's Southeast Regional Office in Lakeville. And at that meeting, we were told by DEP officials that they would be testing for asbestos, which we have good reason to believe is in that toxic coal ash because of a legacy of dumping waste, not just the coal ash, but bricks, furnace bricks, which were made with asbestos, the older ones. They're down there. There's a timeline as you go deeper into the coal ash, going 27 feet down. And they've only sampled 8 bricks within the top 1 foot of that site, which we know are bricks that were made after it was understood that asbestos was a problem. And so we would expect that those newer bricks at the very top would be free of asbestos. They've been claiming that those 8 surface bricks represent all of the site, and that's not acceptable. So they told us in that meeting on February 7th that before any digging would occur below 18 inches, that they would be assessing for asbestos. There's no indication that that has occurred. So that is still an outstanding problem that needs to be remedied right away. So that was a Friday, February 7th, my 9th day of the hunger strike. Going forward to the following Monday, that would be the 10th, the Department of Environmental Protection emailed a whole list of legislators, as well as the mayor of Weymouth, Bob Headland, to tell them that there would be no further asbestos testing, period. So that contradicted what we heard the previous Friday from the officials at DEP. So that was extremely concerning to us that they would basically say that. In addition, this was a communication from DEP to legislators. There was no public response, no communication that I'm aware of to FRACs that was, or to the public, a public statement about what they were going to do with this asbestos. So it was just an email to legislators. So that's February 10th, Monday. Is that Tuesday, perhaps. On February 12th, Governor Baker was on Boston Public Radio, and Margaret Bellafiore, a resident of Weymouth, was able to get on to ask the governor and ask, what about the asbestos sampling at depth? And on that show, Governor Baker said that if it's something that could be done in a reasonably short period of time, that they would do it. So that contradicts what we had heard just a couple days prior from DEP. And then on the 13th, the very next day, reporter Jessica Trufant from the Patriot Ledger in Weymouth reported that the DEP again told her that they would be doing no further asbestos testing. So right now there is massive confusion coming out of the Baker administration as to whether they're actually going to test for asbestos at depth or not. So we're in this limbo, and now is the time to put even more pressure on Governor Baker as well as DEP Commissioner Martin Suberg to issue some kind of public statement as to what they're going to do regarding the asbestos in this site, as well as the other egregious problems, including the improper decontamination of dump trucks that are spreading toxic materials like potentially asbestos, like arsenic, carcinogenic arsenic, onto the roadways. We have pictures, image, and video proof of residue that is falling off these trucks onto public roadways. So although my hunger strike concluded about 6 days ago, we still have a public health emergency, and we need to intensify the spotlight even further on the Baker administration to actually protect the environment and not allow these violations to continue. Thank you.